Just how special is this race, this circuit, for you and the team?
Well, look, it's one of the best circuits on the tour. It's fast, it's demanding, it sorts the men out from the boys. It's a big challenge, and it's old school. I mean, this track goes back to just after the Second World War. So an old airfield with a perimeter road converted into a racing circuit that has developed over the years. But it's one of the big tests for the drivers and the teams.
Max was absolutely dominant last weekend. There was this amazing moment at the end of the race with a couple of laps to go. He came in for a pit stop just to get the quickest lap. Christian, can you describe the guy that you're working with every single day? How special is Max Verstappen?
I think what we're witnessing at the moment is a sportsman that's just really at the top of his game, and he's a joy to work with, and he continues to surprise us with just the levels that he's reaching, and the height that he's hitting. So as I say, nothing is. He continues to surprise us at the moment, but he's in the form of his life, and I think there's more to come.
Christian, I think Americans are fascinated by this. I look at the wonderful coverage Sky Sports is doing, and basically they forget about Verstappen 5 minutes into the race to look at all the Netflixy sub races and all that baloney. We have in America a guy for the Los Angeles Angels in baseball named Ohtani, who's once in a generation. Is Verstappen like that?
I think, look, we're in a halcyon period of Formula One. We've got Lewis Hamilton, the most successful driver of all time, out there. We've got Fernando Alonso that's doing it for the old guys. And, we've got this emergence of Max Verstappen. And I think only in time will history judge just how good he is. But what we're seeing at the moment is certainly something pretty special, particularly with the results that he's ratcheting up.
Christian, talk to me about how, from a manager's perspective, you maintain harmony within the team. When he took that point for the quickest lap last weekend, that was taken away from Checo, his teammate within Red Bull. Christian, can you tell me as a manager how you're maintaining the harmony when you have to provide the resources for someone as dominant as Max and maintain the confidence of his teammate?
Well, I think he's just dealing with openness and honesty, and I think, look, Max deserved or earned himself the opportunity to have a go at that fastest lap. He created a pit stop for himself. He was going to have a go at it on old tyres, and for us it was actually less risk to put him on a set of newer tyres and take the pit stop. So he earned himself that right, and I think the relationship between the two guys is strong, and the most important thing is that they talk to each other. They communicate. When there's an issue, they talk about it. We get it on the table and get it addressed.
Can we expect Checo to be racing for Red Bull next year then, Christian?
Yeah, he's got a contract. He's with us till the end of 24. So, and we're happy, irrelevant of the contract. We're happy with the overall performance of him. He's had some difficult Saturdays recently, but his racing's been great, and hopefully the confidence from that podium in Austria is going to put him back on the pace here on Saturday.
Let's talk about someone else on the grid who's unhappy. Lewis Hamilton, unhappy with the dominance of Red Bull. Unsurprisingly, Christian, he's had some recommendations on what they can do about that. Maybe we can set a time limit for when we start to plan for next year's race car. Christian, what's your response to people who are fed up with the dominance of your team?
Well, look, it's flattering in many respects. The sport goes in cycles. I mean, Mercedes, how many years did they dominate and nobody got anywhere near seeing them for about 7 years? So, look, we're performing at an incredibly high level. The team is doing its job. And the others, will be putting a target on us, and they'll be trying to catch. And I think with stability of the rules, the field is going to converge. It's only a matter of time. So, I think trying to get everybody to start to design their car at, a start date would just be impossible to manage and police.